So guys, real quick, I just want to show you something absolutely crazy. Look at this crap. Literally 83% of you aren't subscribed to this channel that watch my videos. For the love of God, all 83% of y'all, hit that subscribe button because I make content every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Tuesdays. If you want all kinds of MONSTERJAM content, whether content like this, gaming, or European videos, or music videos, subscribe to this channel, please. MONSTERJAMFAN2010. What's going on, guys? MONSTERJAMFAN2010 here, and today is episode number 4, I believe, of MONSTERJAMFAN2010'S commentary series, R5. I forgot what the episode we're on. You guys will see the title. But today's episode is going to be something that I think I've been wanting to get into for a little bit, and it's going to be about Shafer Motorsports and MONSTERJAM. Majorly the final year they competed. So I'm just going to give a little story here, because Paul Shafer's team started out like most teams as an independent team, building up to the top ranks. They had names like Monster Patrol, Barefoot, and Carolina Crusher. And in fact, Paul's team ended up winning the first unofficial World Finals 0, the 1999 championship. He won. Todd Frog, who's in Barefoot, won racing, as Dennis Harrison won the points championship. So overall, they've had a lot of success, and they've been one of the best teams. And in 2000, Paul had, I believe, 5 Monster Patrols, 4 Barefoot, and 3 Carolina Crushers, while in 2000 there were only 4 Gravediggers. They rebuilt 7, 8, 10, and 12. So that was they were the biggest team and biggest independent team. That was also the same amount that MONSTERJAM owned in the year of 2000. However, none of Paul's trucks were shown at all on TV, and they were cut from what MONSTERJAM told him last minute. Also, Paul was told that he was not eligible to qualify for the World Finals. And Paul had tried to sell his trucks, his whole team, to MONSTERJAM, but it failed. And afterwards, they had kind of like a falling out, similar to what happened with Bigfoot, which could have played a role in MONSTERJAM cutting all of Paul's trucks' performances from all the shows. However, they would still come on to compete in certain series of MONSTERJAM until 2007. And in 2007, they ran in 2 major stadium shows. The first one was in January of 2007 in Minneapolis, and known more of also as Replacement Driver Central, because Mike Wine actually drove Blue Thunder, and Jason, a guy by the name of Jason, I'll flash up his last name screen, he ended up driving Monster Mutt. Now, the event is also well known for being one of Alex Blackwell's first major stadium victories. In fact, he go to own the place in January in Minneapolis. So, you know, it definitely had a solid lineup. Also, Chad Tingler was in the Gravedigger for 14 and had one of the wildest rides that would end up winning him Crash Madness of 2007. However, also the Monster Patrol and Barefoot teams were there, and they would compete. Now, they weren't really that far close, and they really didn't get far in racing, but ultimately, you know, having him there, you know, was nice. However, just about a month later, all 3 of the major trucks that Paul ended up owning, at least names-wise, would be in Miami. Now, this Miami show was definitely unique because it had a major bus on one end, but had also a complete just bed of cars on the other that you could crush. And to say that this was a very unique course is an understatement. It is one of the most unique courses of all time. However, this Miami, since 2000, or rather 1998, have not had any show been televised. Now, there is a lot, some people who say this might have gotten a European airing. I don't know if it did, but I mean, we might find out with Gym TV, but we don't know. But ultimately, something that we do know is definitely who won racing and freestyle. Racing would go to El Toro Loco, as Lupe Sosa had essentially made Miami his home, almost. And something else also was common was a Gravedigger victory. Yes, Gravedigger won freestyle. But who was driving this? Who was the hero of our night? None other than Randy Brown. Huh, never knew Randy Brown could actually do good in a Gravedigger. I stand corrected. But yeah, both Lupe, however, and Randy got 30s. Lupe had a wild rollover back on all fours, as you're seeing on your screen. And Randy Brown overall just had an absolutely just insane freestyle. That's also somewhat being shown. 3 of the freestyles are actually viewable on YouTube. Cowboy, El Toro Loco, and Gravediggers, of course. But overall, there's not much. However, something that I also need to touch up on, though, is also the Monster Patrol, Barefoot, and even Wild Thing were all running there. Now, overall, they didn't make it far at all in racing, and realistically didn't do that well in freestyle. But ultimately, something that many didn't know at the time, this would actually be the last time Monster Jam would get Shafer Motorsports' truck. Because afterwards, Paul removed his team from all competition because he wasn't making enough money from running Monster Jam shows. Also, no TV as well hurt the team dearly. So he decided to just run his own smaller shows. However, he continued to hemorrhage money dangerously, and one of the largest, if not the largest, independent team ended up collapsing in less than 5 years. And like from like 2001 or 2002 to like obviously the end of it. And by this point, Gravedigger was beginning to add even more and more trucks and drivers. However, this was the point where Shafer Motorsports even tried to also get Monster Jam to buy them, but they didn't. And instead, that would go to James Trantini of Triple B Motorsports. Well, at least for now, because there is some stuff that Trantini actually sold certain names to other people, but I'm honestly not sure about because I'm not really keeping up well with this type of stuff. So if you do know that something with James Trantini, that he has sold something or one of the trucks name or something like that, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's the story basically. And the story may continue on with Monster Jam versus all these independent teams. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of MONSTERJAMFAN2010'S commentary series. And let me know what you guys think about the whole situation and about the uniqueness of some of these shows. Also, like, subscribe, and hit the bell, for notifications, because that's the only way you can view the channel with the next few days. Also, for the love of God, if you haven't subscribed, please, because you guys saw that in the beginning.